Everyone is sick of these overhyped promises.
AI web scrapers that can scrape literally any website.
Literally scrape anything.
Any website,
Anything.
When I mean any kind of information, I mean anything.
If you type AI web scraper on YouTube, you will start thinking that AI is the best solution to all your problems. Use AI to scrape anything, to scrape any website. Any website, damn it. I found that highly unlikely, but okay, maybe. I took their word for it and I compared two tools regarding lead generation. An AI one, Thunderbit, and a traditional one, Scrap.io. I put their capabilities to the test with a guiding tour of both platforms alongside a quick tutorial. By the way, both tools offer free trials, so by the end of the video, you will be able to get at least 100 leads. But first, a tiny bit of context. Thunderbit is a Chinese-American company co-founded by Lixin Li and Xuan Guan in 2023 with the vision to become the next-gen AI tool. I'm pretty sure I've massacred their names badly. Sorry about that. Indeed, by checking the website, it quickly becomes obvious that Thunderbit is no traditional web scraper. Here, no need for CSS selectors, no need to create a new scraper for different web pages, actually no need for coding knowledge whatsoever. Because the power of Thunderbit lies within its use of ChatGPT, Claude and DeepSeek to grab data from websites effortlessly. Just to be clear, AI features aren't exactly a new thing in the web scraping industry. They existed even before the ChatGPT era. But how can I put this? They didn't work that well. Let's see if Thunderbit really delivers. I added the extension to Chrome, and the first time you turn it on, you end up on a testing website. First, we choose a data source, current page, URLs, file and image. Then we specify if the page has no pagination, contains pagination, or an infinite scroll. Finally, we customize the scraper by entering columns manually one by one or autofilling them with AI. It takes a few seconds to pull 7 data fields into your table. Fortunately, you can restructure your data anytime. This means you have the opportunity to modify the field AI prompt with natural English language.
Do you speak it?
So you don't say email is equal HTML, CSS first, blah blah blah. You would rather say the email address of the person. Before launching your scraper, we might take a look at the export options. Google Sheets, Airtable, Notion, or simply an old school CSV, Excel, JSON file. I click on scrape, looking at it, the data is perfectly organized and ready for download. However, the big issue with it is that the playground website isn't really representative of a real-life example. Let's pick something harder. Do you remember when I said that some YouTube videos promised you could scrape any website? It seems that Thunderbit took this to a whole new level. They offer a bunch of pre-built templates for popular sites. I counted 871. I didn't have the time to try them all out, so to make the comparison relevant between Thunderbit and Scrap.io, we are going to gather local business data by scraping Google Maps. Indeed, if we jump into Scrap.io, one may read Google Maps leads generator. However, it's not just any Google Maps scraper. Scrap.io was co-founded by Sébastien Tessier and Julien Arsin in 2021 with a single mission: to create the best Google Maps scraping tool. Very surprisingly, there is no Google Maps template on Thunderbit. At least that's what I thought. If we manually make a search on Google Maps and turn on our AI extension, we have the option to use a pre-built scraper to scrape this page. By default, the following columns are listed: title, review rating, number of reviews, pricing type, phone number, website, status, address, and Google Maps URL. I click on scrape. In terms of how easy it is, that's a 10 out of 10. In terms of how fast it is, that's a 8 out of 10. And in terms of consistency, that's a big 0. Look, I don't know if I did anything wrong, but every time I launch a scraper, I obtained a different result. On the first try, I got 27 rows. Okay. On the second one, 106. And on the third one, 12. By clicking on the notification bell, you can see all your previous runs. The maximum number of results I ever got was 107 rows. What's going on? You don't have to believe me, but I made sure not to click or scroll anywhere in order not to interrupt the scraper. For the record, I even upgraded to the paired version just to make sure I wasn't dreaming. It seems it didn't change a damn thing. Hey, give me my money back, please.
And if I have to see anyone say something along the lines of you can scrape any site, it's just not true, because this is just not how web scraping works. So the hardest part of web scraping is getting the data, getting it consistently, and getting it at scale. AI is not really going to help you with those.
This clip comes from the YouTube video, "You don't need AI to scrape data." Actually, I found myself very much aligned with one of the comments below. You got it completely wrong if you think AI is a go-to for consistent and industrial standard web scraping. It could be fun to play with, but if you are building severe scraping systems, you will better understand how to develop your scrapers into a good architecture. Building a scraper based on AI doesn't scale well. That is a word, scalability. AI doesn't scale well. What's peculiar with this statement is that it has been confirmed by, guess who? Thunderbit itself. In one of their blog articles entitled "The Best Web Scraping Tools and Software in 2025", they provided us with a summary table. On the left column are listed some scenarios, and the best choice related to it is presented to the right. Only two options are available: AI web scraper or traditional web scraper. For example, if I do lightweight scraping, an AI web scraper is recommended. If the page contains fewer than 200 rows of data, same thing. Finally, if I scrape a website at scale, the best choice, according to Thunderbit, is a traditional web scraper. A scraper that won't be limited to 100 leads per request, but will expand it beyond, much beyond, way much beyond that. That is the promise of Scrap.io. Making a request is as easy as filling in a category, a country, and a city. This time I end up with a more realistically number of leads. The point is that I can go one step further if I want to. Depending on my subscription, I can target a city, or a county, or the full state, or let's go crazy, nothing less than the scale of a country. It can be the US or any other country on the planet. Look, this was a use case of all US restaurants with a Facebook account. Scrap.io gave me access to 200,000 results, and if I export the file, they are all there. As for the available columns, you can retrieve up to 70 of them, including email addresses, of course. We left you a link in the description if you want to take a look at a comprehensive sample. Or you can test it yourself by clicking the Scrap.io link in the description. Your first 100 leads are completely offered. That being said, is AI completely useless in web scraping? Absolutely not.
There are use cases for AI in web scraping, absolutely, but I think they are quite niche and very specific.
That's something I couldn't help but notice. I've watched a couple of these AI scraping videos promising you can scrape anything, and from what I've seen, and from the very little knowledge I have, they are right. You can scrape anything. But I have two objections, Your Honor. One, it certainly didn't come about without a lot of work and a combination of multiple APIs.
But for what a lot of these people are showing you things with Crawl for AI, which is a great open source project, by the way. I've looked through the source code. It looks really cool. There's some cool things going on there, but it's not going to help you with the hardest part.
2. The hardest part. In these videos, they never show you how to scrape 10,000 leads at once. It never happens, because AI has not been built for such use cases.
Mettre à disposition une infrastructure simple pour obtenir des dizaines, voire des centaines de milliers de fiches à l'échelle d'un pays très facilement, en 2 clics et très rapidement. Ça, on peut le faire avec des agents IA, mais pour quelques dizaines, quelques centaines de fiches par jour. Parce qu'il faut pas, c'est pas que l'IA sait pas le faire, c'est qu'elle n'aura pas l'infrastructure elle-même intégrée. Mais ça veut dire qu'il faut l'infrastructure pour scraper 100 000 fiches sur Google Maps. On va pas pouvoir demander à un agent IA d'aller s'acheter toute seule des proxys, de s'auto-configurer une database. Ou alors peut-être, mais pas demain, pas dans un an, peut-être dans 5 ans. Mais je vois pas ça arriver tout de suite immédiatement.